Tariq was walking home from school on a warm afternoon. His backpack felt heavy on his shoulders, but he liked the quiet of the streets at this time of day. Children were playing in yards, shopkeepers were cleaning their windows, and the smell of fresh bread came from a nearby bakery. Tariq loved this part of the city, even though it was not as shiny and clean as the downtown area. Here, life felt real and people knew each other. As he approached the main road, Tariq noticed something unusual. A black car had stopped on the side of the street. The car was large and expensive-looking, with shiny tires and polished windows that reflected the sunlight. A man in a crisp blue suit was standing beside it, bending down to look at the tires. He looked frustrated and confused. In one hand he held a wrench and in the other a jack, but he did not seem to know what to do next. Tariq slowed his pace. He knew a little about cars from his father, who loved fixing engines in their small garage. Tariq had helped him before, changing tires and tightening bolts. He thought he might be able to help the man. He hesitated for a moment, unsure if the man would want a young boy to step in. But then he remembered something his father always said. Helping others was more important than worrying about appearances. With a deep breath, Tariq walked closer. "Excuse me, sir," he said politely. "Do you need some help?" The man straightened up and looked at Tariq. He was tall, with neatly combed hair and an expensive watch on his wrist. He seemed surprised to see a young boy offering help, but he smiled faintly. "I might need some help, yes," he admitted. "I am having trouble with this tire." Tariq nodded confidently. "I can change it for you," he said. He dropped his backpack on the sidewalk and rolled up his sleeves. The man stepped back to give him space. Tariq crouched near the flat tire, examining it carefully. He loosened the nuts with the wrench and placed the jack under the car, lifting it slowly. Sweat formed on his forehead, but he did not stop. He carefully removed the damaged tire and replaced it with the spare that the man had in the trunk. People walking by stopped to watch. Some children whispered to each other, amazed that a boy so young was helping a grown man with such an expensive car. Tariq focused on his work, making sure every nut was tight and the tire was secure. After a few minutes, he stepped back and wiped his hands on his shirt. "They're all done," he said, standing up straight. The man looked at the tire, then at Tariq. "That was very impressive," he said. "Most adults would have struggled with this. You did it quickly and correctly." Tariq felt a small surge of pride. "Thank you, sir. I just wanted to help," he said, trying not to show how happy he felt. The man nodded and extended his hand. "I am Mr. Harrison. You have a strong sense of responsibility, young man." "My name is Harrison. What is yours?" "Tariq," he said, shaking Mr. Harrison's hand. "Tariq Ali." "Nice to meet you, Tariq," Mr. Harrison said. "Not many boys would stop to help a stranger like this. You have a good heart." Tariq blushed slightly. Compliments were rare for him, and he was not used to being noticed by people like Mr. Harrison. "Do you want some water?" Mr. Harrison asked, reaching into his bag. "It is a hot day, and you must be thirsty after all that work." Tariq nodded. He accepted the bottle gratefully, taking a small sip before handing it back. "Thank you, sir," he said. Mr. Harrison studied Tariq for a moment. He noticed the boy's neat clothes, clean shoes, and polite manners. He also noticed the small scars on his hands, the signs of someone who had worked hard. Harrison felt a sense of admiration. It was rare to meet someone so young with such courage and honesty. "You know, Tariq," Mr. Harrison began, "I am looking for someone to help me this summer. It is nothing hard, just small tasks at my office. I could use someone who is responsible and willing to learn. You seem like you could do well." Tariq's eyes widened. He had never thought a person like Mr. Harrison would notice him. His family worked hard, but they were not rich. Opportunities like this were rare. I would love that, sir," he said, trying to hide his excitement. Mr. Harrison smiled. "Good. I will have my assistant call your family and explain everything. If you like, you can start next week." Tariq nodded again, feeling his heart beat faster. He thanked Mr. Harrison once more and picked up his backpack. As he walked home, he thought about what had just happened. One small act of helping someone in need had led to an opportunity he had never imagined. For the first time in a long while, Tariq felt hope. He felt that his hard work and honesty might actually open doors for him. As he entered his neighborhood, he waved to friends playing outside and waved back to the shopkeepers he knew. But in his mind, he kept thinking about Mr. Harrison, the black car, and the unexpected kindness that had started a new chapter in his life. Tariq did not know it yet, but this moment, This sunny afternoon would change everything for him. A simple choice. A decision to help a stranger was about to lead to adventures, lessons, and opportunities he could not even imagine. A week had passed since Tariq helped Mr. Harrison with the flat tire. Every day he thought about the man in the suit and the sleek black car. He could not believe that a simple act of kindness had led to such an unusual opportunity. His friends at school noticed a small change in him. Tariq walked a little taller, spoke a little more confidently, and smiled more often. One afternoon, while Tariq was helping his mother carry groceries from the store, his phone rang. It was an unfamiliar number, but something told him it might be important. He answered. "Hello, is this Tariq Ali?" a polite voice asked. "Yes, this is Tariq," he replied. "This is Mrs. Lewis. I am Mr. Harrison's assistant. He asked me to contact you and your family regarding a small job he wants to offer you this summer. Mr. Harrison would like to meet you tomorrow." Morning at his office to discuss the details, Tariq felt a rush of excitement and nervousness. He thanked Mrs. Lewis and hung up. He ran home, breathless with excitement. His parents were sitting in the living room and he quickly told them everything. "Do you think it is safe?" his mother asked carefully. "Yes, Mama, I met him already. He is kind and polite. He needs help at his office for the summer, and he wants me to learn things," Tariq explained, his eyes shining. His father nodded. "It sounds like a good opportunity. Be responsible, Tariq. Listen carefully and do your best. This could be an important step for you." The next morning, Tariq put on his best clothes, a clean shirt, neat pants, and polished shoes. He felt nervous but determined. His father gave him a small pep talk as they walked to the car. "Remember, Tariq, be confident. Show them your skills and your honesty. That is what makes you special." Tariq nodded, clutching his backpack tightly. When they reached Mr. Harrison's office, Tariq was amazed. The building was enormous, with glass walls and a tall entrance. He had never been in a place like this before. Mrs. Lewis greeted them and led Tariq to Mr. Harrison's office. Inside, the office was spacious and organized. A large desk sat near the window and shelves were filled with books and folders. Mr. Harrison stood up and smiled warmly. "Good morning, Tariq," he said. "I'm glad you could come. Please sit down." Tariq took a seat, trying to hide his excitement. Mr. Harrison poured a glass of water for him and gestured toward a chair across the desk. "I want to thank you again for helping me the other day," Mr. Harrison began. "It was impressive to see a young boy like you act so responsibly. Most people your age would have walked away." Tariq smiled shyly. "I just wanted to help, sir." "That is exactly why I want to offer you this opportunity," Mr. Harrison said. "I need a responsible assistant this summer. Nothing difficult, but tasks that will teach you about business organization and planning. You will also have the chance to learn skills that will help you in school and in the future." Tariq listened carefully. He could hardly believe what he was hearing. This was not just a summer job. It was a chance to learn and grow. Mr. Harrison continued, "You will start by helping organize files, manage simple errands, and assist my staff when needed. I will teach you about time management, saving money, and making decisions. I hope this will give you a head start in life." Tariq's heart raced. He wanted to say yes immediately, but he thought about his parents and responsibilities. "I would love to do this, sir. I promise I will work hard and learn as much as I can," he said firmly. "That is good to hear," Mr. Harrison replied, smiling. "We will start tomorrow morning. My assistant will guide you through your first tasks. I am confident you will do well." Mrs. Lewis handed Tariq a small folder with information about the office and the schedule for the week. "Take a look at this, Tariq. It will help you understand what you will be doing. Don't worry. We will guide you step by step." As Tariq left the office with his parents, he felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. This was a new world for him, far from the streets he knew and the small neighborhood he loved. Yet he felt ready to take on the challenge. During the ride home, Tariq thought about the responsibilities ahead. He imagined himself learning new skills, meeting new people, and maybe even helping his family in ways he never could before. The thought made him feel proud and hopeful. That evening, Tariq could hardly sleep. He went over everything he had learned about Mr. Harrison's office, imagining himself being helpful and responsible. He knew that this was more than a summer job. It was a chance to shape his future. The next morning, Tariq woke up early, dressed neatly, and prepared himself to face the new day. His parents watched him with pride, knowing that this opportunity could change his life. Tariq walked toward the car, his backpack on his shoulder, ready to step into a new chapter of his life. As the car drove toward the downtown area, Tariq looked out the window, thinking about the moment that had started it all, the day he helped a stranger with a flat tire. Who would have thought that one simple act of kindness could lead to something so big? He felt a sense of determination and courage. He promised himself that he would not waste this chance. Tariq did not know what challenges or surprises awaited him at Mr. Harrison's office, but he knew one thing for sure. This summer would be different. It would be a summer of learning, growth, and opportunities he had never imagined. The next morning, Tariq woke up earlier than usual. His heart was racing with excitement. Today was the first day of his summer job with Mr. Harrison. He got dressed carefully in a clean shirt and neat pants, polished his shoes, and made sure his hair was tidy. He wanted to make a good first impression. At breakfast, his parents noticed the nervous energy in him. "Are you ready, Tariq?" his mother asked kindly. "Yes, Mama, I am ready," Tariq replied, trying to sound confident. His father smiled. "Remember, Tariq, listen carefully. Ask questions when you don't understand and show them your responsibility. This is an important opportunity. Treat it seriously." Tariq nodded, feeling a mix of nerves and excitement. He grabbed his backpack and walked to the car. Mrs. Lewis was waiting to pick him up. She greeted him warmly and handed him a folder with instructions for his first day. "Don't worry, Tariq, we will guide you. Just follow the schedule and you will do fine," she said. The car drove into the city past tall buildings and busy streets. Tariq watched in awe. He had never seen so many people hurrying to work, or so many shiny cars. When they arrived at Mr. Harrison's office, Tariq took a deep breath. The building was enormous, with glass walls that reflected the morning sun. The entrance had large revolving doors, and the lobby was filled with people in suits walking quickly. Mrs. Lewis led Tariq through the lobby and up an elevator to the top floor. When the doors opened, Tariq saw a large office area filled with desks, computers, and staff working quietly. He felt a little nervous but also excited. Mr. Harrison was waiting near his desk. He stood up and smiled warmly when he saw Tariq. "Good morning, Tariq. Welcome to your first day." "I am glad you are here. Let me introduce you to your tasks for the day." Tariq followed Mr. Harrison to a small table where some files were neatly stacked. "Your first job is to organize these files," Mr. Harrison explained. "Some are important business documents, others are for reference. Pay attention to the labels and put them in the correct order." "Accuracy is very important," Tariq nodded. He opened the folder and carefully studied the labels. He began sorting the papers, placing them neatly in folders and arranging them on shelves. It was not difficult, but it required focus. He concentrated, making sure nothing was out of place. After a while, Mrs. Lewis came by with a small task for him. "Tariq, Mr. Harrison needs you to help deliver these documents to the finance department. Follow the instructions exactly, and don't forget to return any receipts." Tariq took the documents carefully and walked through the office. He greeted people politely, trying not to feel nervous. Some smiled at him. Others looked curious at the young boy helping in the office. He delivered the documents exactly as instructed and returned to Mr. Harrison's desk to report that the task was completed. "Excellent work, Tariq," Mr. Harrison said with a nod. "You are paying attention and following instructions. That is what I like to see." As the morning passed, Tariq began to feel more comfortable. He learned how to use the office copier, how to organize supplies, and how to write simple notes for Mr. Harrison. He even helped a staff member find a missing file, which made him feel proud. During lunch, Tariq sat in the small cafeteria with a few other staff members. They were curious about him and asked questions about school and his summer plans. Tariq spoke politely, sharing small details without feeling shy. They were impressed by how polite and confident he was for his age. After lunch, Mr. Harrison called Tariq to his office. "Tariq, you are doing well for your first day," he said kindly. "I want you to learn more than just organizing files. I want you to understand how a business runs. Watch, listen, and ask questions. Learning is as important as working hard." Tariq listened carefully, nodding. He felt excited that he was not only helping but also learning. He watched Mr. Harrison make phone calls, schedule meetings, and discuss plans with staff. He realized there was so much to learn about organization, responsibility, and decision-making. By the end of the day, Tariq's arms felt tired from carrying files, and his mind was full of new information. But he felt proud. He had completed all his tasks correctly, and he had learned many new things. Mr. Harrison smiled at him before leaving for the evening. "You did a great job today, Tariq," he said. "Remember, your attitude, honesty, and willingness to learn are just as important as completing tasks. Keep it up and you will go far." Tariq nodded, feeling happy and confident. On the way home, he talked with his parents about his first day. He shared everything he had learned and the new skills he was discovering. They listened with pride, knowing that Tariq was taking a big step toward a bright future. That night, Tariq could hardly sleep. He kept thinking about the office, the staff, and Mr. Harrison's encouragement. He realized that the summer ahead would be full of learning, challenges, and opportunities. He promised himself that he would work hard, pay attention, and make the most of this chance. For the first time, Tariq felt that helping a stranger had not only changed a single day, but had started a journey that could shape his entire life. He was ready to face whatever came next and to show that his honesty, courage, and dedication could make a difference. The following week, Tariq began to feel more comfortable at Mr. Harrison's office. He no longer felt nervous walking through the large glass doors or greeting the busy staff. Each day brought new tasks, but he started to enjoy learning how the office ran. On Monday morning, Mr. Harrison called Tariq into his office. "Tariq," he said warmly, "I want you to learn more than just organizing files and delivering documents. I want you to understand how decisions are made, how businesses plan for the future, and how small actions can have a big impact." Tariq listened carefully, feeling a mixture of excitement and nervousness. "I will do my best, sir," he said confidently. "Good," Mr. Harrison replied. "Today I want you to observe meetings, take notes, and ask questions if you don't understand something. It will help you see how a business functions." Tariq watched as Mr. Harrison met with different staff members. He noticed how the manager discussed budgets, how employees presented ideas, and how Mr. Harrison carefully listened before making decisions. Tariq took detailed notes, writing down things he did not understand so he could ask questions later. During the morning, Tariq noticed that some staff members seemed surprised that a young boy was paying attention to so many details. One of the assistants, Ms. Roberts, came over and whispered, "You are very observant for your age. Keep it up." Tariq smiled quietly, feeling proud. After the meetings, Mr. Harrison called Tariq back to his office. "What did you learn from observing the meetings?" he asked. Tariq thought for a moment. "I learned that every decision has a reason. People listen to different ideas and think carefully before acting. Small actions can affect many people, and being responsible matters a lot," he replied. "Exactly," Mr. Harrison said. "You are thinking like a young professional already. Remember, learning is as important as working hard. Knowledge will help you succeed in the future." Later that day, Tariq helped prepare materials for a small project. He organized charts, reviewed documents, and even suggested a simple improvement to the filing system. Mr. Harrison noticed immediately. "Tariq, that is a good idea. You see a problem and think of a solution. That is very important in business." Tariq felt proud. He realized that even small suggestions could make a big difference if presented carefully. It gave him confidence to keep observing and learning. During lunch, Tariq sat with a few employees who were kind and welcoming. They shared stories about their work and encouraged Tariq to ask questions. One employee, Mr. Lee, said, "You are very polite and responsible. It is not common to see a young person so curious and serious about learning. Keep it up, Tariq, you will go far." After lunch, Mr. Harrison invited Tariq to see something special. "I want you to understand how we plan for the future," he said. He showed Tariq a large board filled with charts, numbers, and goals for the company. "This is how we set targets and track progress. We plan for months and even years ahead. Each small task contributes to the bigger picture." Tariq studied the charts carefully. He realized that every document he organized, every note he took, and every task he completed had a purpose. He was no longer just a helper. He was part of a system that worked together to achieve goals. As the afternoon passed, Tariq faced small challenges. Some files were misplaced, and a document he needed could not be found. At first he felt frustrated, but he remembered what Mr. Harrison had taught him. Stay calm, think carefully, and solve the problem. Tariq retraced his steps, checked the folders, and finally found the missing document. He handed it to Mr. Harrison, who smiled and said, "See, Tariq, problems are opportunities to learn. You handled this well." By the end of the day, Tariq felt proud and satisfied. He had completed all his tasks, learned new things, and even solved a problem on his own. On the drive home, he shared every detail with his parents. They listened carefully, impressed by how much Tariq had grown in just a few days. That evening, Tariq reflected on his experiences. He thought about how helping Mr. Harrison with a flat tire had changed his life. It had given him a chance to learn skills he never imagined, meet new people, and understand the value of responsibility and honesty. He realized that learning went beyond school books. It was about observing, asking questions, and thinking carefully about every action. Tariq made a small plan for the summer. Each day he would focus on learning something new, improving himself and practicing what he had been taught. He promised himself that he would pay attention, be responsible, and never take this opportunity for granted. Before going to bed, Tariq thought about the lessons of the day. He understood that life could offer surprises and opportunities if he remained kind, honest, and willing to learn. The summer ahead was full of promise, and he felt ready to face challenges, solve problems, and grow stronger in every way. For the first time, Tariq felt that the world outside his neighborhood was full of possibilities. He knew that with courage, responsibility, and a willingness to learn, he could achieve great things. And he also knew that his small act of helping a stranger had started this incredible journey. A journey that would teach him lessons far beyond anything he had imagined. Tariq went to sleep that night feeling proud, excited, and hopeful. He was no longer just a boy walking home from school. He was a young learner stepping into a world of opportunities, ready to discover what the future held for him. Tariq had been working at Mr. Harrison's office for several weeks. He was learning new skills every day and starting to understand how a business operated. He had gained confidence in organizing files, assisting staff, and observing meetings. But one morning he faced a challenge that would test everything he had learned so far. It was a bright Monday when Mr. Harrison called Tariq into his office. "Tariq, I have a special task for you today," he said. His expression was serious but kind. "One of our important reports is missing. We need it for a meeting in 2 hours. I want you to find it. It may be tricky, but I believe you can do it." Tariq felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. He had handled small tasks before, but this was different. The report was very important, and he had to find it quickly. "I will do my best, sir," Tariq said, trying to sound confident. Mr. Harrison nodded. "Remember what I have taught you. Stay calm, think carefully, and check all the details. You can solve problems if you pay attention." Tariq left the office and began his search. He checked the usual filing cabinets, but the report was not there. He looked through the folders he had organized earlier, thinking carefully about where it might be. He remembered a small cabinet in the corner that he had not used much before. As he opened it, he noticed some folders slightly out of order. Tariq took a deep breath and began checking each folder carefully. He remembered how Mr. Harrison had said that small actions could have big consequences. He carefully examined each document, making sure not to miss anything. After 10 minutes, Tariq found the report. It was hidden behind other papers, slightly crumpled but still readable. Relief washed over him, but he did not stop to celebrate. He carefully took the report back to Mr. Harrison's office. "Here it is, sir," Tariq said, handing the folder to Mr. Harrison. Mr. Harrison looked at the report and then at Tariq. "Well done, Tariq. You stayed calm, thought carefully, and solved the problem. That is exactly how challenges should be handled." Tariq felt proud. He realized that staying focused and using what he had learned made him capable of handling difficult situations. After the meeting, Mr. Harrison took Tariq aside. "You see, Tariq, problems are opportunities to learn and grow. Today you proved that responsibility, focus, and patience can solve even the most challenging tasks. Remember this lesson. It will help you in every part of life." Tariq nodded. He understood that this experience was more than just finding a report. It was about learning how to think, stay calm under pressure, and take responsibility for his actions. The rest of the day went smoothly, but Tariq kept thinking about the lesson he had learned. He realized that challenges were not something to fear. Instead, they were chances to grow, to use knowledge and skills, and to show determination. During lunch, Tariq shared his experience with a few staff members who were impressed by how he handled the situation. Ms. Roberts said, "You have a good mind, Tariq. Most adults would have panicked." You stayed calm and solved the problem. That shows great maturity. Tariq smiled, feeling proud but also humble. He knew that he still had much to learn. In the afternoon, Mr. Harrison asked Tariq to help with a planning project. He showed Tariq how to organize tasks, set priorities, and keep track of progress. Tariq applied the same focus and patience he had used to find the report. He worked carefully, double-checking each step and making sure nothing was missed. By the end of the day, Tariq had completed the planning tasks accurately. Mr. Harrison was pleased. Tariq, I am impressed with your growth. You handled a challenge this morning and worked diligently this afternoon. You are learning quickly, and I am proud of your progress. On the ride home, Tariq felt a strong sense of accomplishment. He shared the story of the missing report with his parents. They listened attentively, smiling proudly. His mother said, "You are learning lessons that are more valuable than schoolwork. Responsibility and courage will help you in every part of life." Tariq thought about the journey that had brought him here. He remembered the day he helped Mr. Harrison with a flat tire. That small act of kindness had led to a chance to learn, grow, and face challenges. It was amazing to him how one decision could start something so important. That night, Tariq wrote in his small notebook. He listed the lessons he had learned. Stay calm during challenges, pay attention to details, ask questions, and use knowledge to solve problems. He felt proud of himself but also excited for the days ahead. He knew that the summer would continue to bring new lessons, new tasks, and new opportunities. Each challenge would teach him something important. Tariq felt ready. He promised himself that he would work hard, stay honest, and keep learning. As he drifted to sleep, Tariq thought about the future. He imagined himself growing stronger, wiser, and more confident. He knew that with courage, focus, and responsibility, he could face any challenge. Helping Mr. Harrison with a flat tire had changed his life, and now he was ready to shape his future with every decision, every action, and every lesson he learned. Tariq had been working at Mr. Harrison's office for several weeks now. Every day brought new tasks, lessons, and challenges, and he was learning more than he had ever imagined. He had grown more confident, responsible, and organized. His parents noticed the change in him and were proud of the young boy who was showing determination and courage beyond his years. One morning, Mr. Harrison called Tariq into his office. Tariq felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness as he walked toward the large desk. Mr. Harrison smiled warmly, motioning for him to sit. "Tariq, I have been observing your work closely over the past few weeks," Mr. Harrison began. "You have shown responsibility, patience, and intelligence. Not only have you completed your tasks accurately, but you have also demonstrated maturity and curiosity. I am proud of your progress." Tariq felt his heart race. He had worked hard every day, trying to learn and do his best, but he had never expected such praise. "Thank you, sir," he said politely. "I am trying my best to learn everything you teach me." "That is exactly what I want to see," Mr. Harrison replied. "Your dedication is impressive. Because of your performance, I want to give you something special. I would like to sponsor you for a summer program in business and technology. It is fully paid and will give you skills that can shape your future." Tariq's eyes widened. He could hardly believe what he was hearing. A summer program? Fully paid? This was more than he had ever dreamed of. I would be honored, sir," he said, trying to control his excitement. "I am confident you will do well," Mr. Harrison continued. "This program will give you opportunities to learn new skills, meet people from different places, and explore ideas that could help you in school and beyond. You have shown that you are responsible and capable, and I believe this is the right next step for you." Tariq felt a surge of pride and gratitude. He thought about the day he had helped Mr. Harrison with a flat tire, never imagining that one small act of kindness could lead to this. He realized how much his life was changing, and how many opportunities could come from honesty, courage, and responsibility. After the meeting, Tariq returned to his desk, trying to focus on his tasks. But he could not stop thinking about the program. He carefully planned how he would prepare for it, making notes in his small notebook about what he hoped to learn and achieve. He wanted to make the most of this chance. Throughout the day, his coworkers noticed the bright expression on his face. Ms. Roberts leaned over and whispered, "You look very happy today, Tariq. Did something special happen?" Tariq smiled quietly. "Yes, I have been given a scholarship to a summer program," he replied. "That is wonderful," Ms. Roberts said, smiling. You deserve it. You have worked very hard, and it is great to see your effort recognized. Tariq felt proud but also humble. He knew that this opportunity was not just a reward, but also a responsibility. He had to continue learning, working hard, and making good decisions. In the afternoon, Mr. Harrison invited Tariq to sit in on a planning meeting. This time, Tariq was more confident and attentive. He took notes carefully and even asked a few questions that showed he was thinking critically about the business. Mr. Harrison nodded in approval. "Tariq, you are learning quickly," Mr. Harrison said quietly during a break. "Keep observing, asking questions, and applying what you learn. Knowledge and experience are more important than anything else." Tariq left the office that day feeling proud and motivated. On the ride home, he shared the news with his parents. They hugged him tightly, overwhelmed with pride and happiness. His mother said, "Tariq, this is a wonderful opportunity. You have worked hard and earned it. Always remember to stay humble and keep learning." His father added, "We are proud of you, son. This program will help you grow even more. Keep being responsible and focused, and it will open doors for you in the future." That evening, Tariq sat at his small desk in his room and wrote in his notebook. He listed the lessons he had learned over the past weeks: responsibility, patience, problem-solving, and the importance of honesty. He also wrote down his goals for the summer program, promising himself that he would work hard, learn everything he could, and make the most of every opportunity. Tariq thought about the journey that had started with a single act of kindness. Helping Mr. Harrison with a flat tire had changed everything. It had led to a job, new skills, confidence, and now a scholarship for a summer program. He realized that even small actions could create big changes if done with honesty and courage. As he prepared for bed, Tariq felt a sense of hope and excitement for the future. He knew the summer ahead would bring new lessons, challenges, and opportunities. He was ready to face them, confident in the skills he was learning and the guidance he was receiving. For the first time, Tariq understood how hard work, responsibility, and kindness could shape a young person's life. He felt determined to continue growing, learning, and making good choices. Helping a stranger had started this journey, and now Tariq was ready to walk confidently into a future full of possibilities, opportunities, and success. The summer program began a few weeks after Tariq received the scholarship. He felt a mix of excitement and nervousness as he stepped into a new environment filled with students from different cities, each with their own experiences and skills. It was a bright morning, and the campus was bustling with activity. Tariq carried his backpack, his notebook, and a determination to learn as much as possible. From the first day, Tariq realized that this program was very different from school. He attended workshops on business, technology, and leadership. He worked in groups with other students, learning how to solve problems, plan projects, and communicate effectively. At first, Tariq felt a little unsure of himself. The other students were confident and seemed to know many things he had not learned yet. But Tariq remembered what Mr. Harrison had taught him. Focus on learning. Stay responsible and never be afraid to ask questions. He listened carefully during lessons, took detailed notes, and asked questions whenever he did not understand something. Slowly, he began to feel more confident. One day, the instructors gave the students a project to design a small business plan. Tariq's group had to come up with a product, plan its production, and present it to the class. Tariq took the responsibility of organizing the group's ideas, keeping track of their progress, and making sure everyone contributed. He remembered the lessons from Mr. Harrison's office: plan carefully, pay attention to details, and communicate clearly. Tariq helped his group work together efficiently, listening to everyone's ideas and combining them into a strong plan. When it was time to present, Tariq stood in front of the class explaining the business plan clearly and confidently. The instructors were impressed, and his group received high marks for teamwork, planning, and presentation. Tariq felt proud. He realized that all the skills he had learned in the office, responsibility, focus, and problem-solving, were helping him succeed here too. During breaks, Tariq made friends with other students. They admired his determination and the way he had adapted to new challenges. Tariq shared stories about his summer job with Mr. Harrison, explaining how he had learned responsibility, solved problems, and worked hard. His friends were inspired, and Tariq felt proud to share his experiences. One afternoon, the program organized a mentorship session. Each student had the chance to meet with a professional who could give advice and guidance. Tariq was paired with a business mentor who had started several companies. They discussed goals, planning, and the importance of honesty and hard work. Tariq listened carefully and asked questions, learning lessons he knew would guide him for years. After the session, Tariq felt a new sense of purpose. He realized that his summer job and this program were not just about learning skills, they were about shaping his future. He thought about his family, his neighborhood, and the dreams he had always kept in his heart. He wanted to help his family, inspire others, and make a positive difference in the world. As the weeks passed, Tariq continued to grow. He learned to manage time effectively, balance multiple tasks, and work with people from different backgrounds. He improved his communication skills, learned about planning and decision-making, and became more confident in his abilities. Every lesson, every challenge, and every success made him stronger. At the end of the program, there was a small ceremony where students received certificates for completing the course. Tariq's certificate was handed to him with a smile and words of encouragement from the instructors. He felt proud and accomplished, knowing that he had worked hard, learned a lot, and grown in ways he had never imagined. When he returned home, Tariq shared everything with his parents. They listened carefully, smiling with pride and happiness. His mother said, "Tariq, look at how much you have grown. Your hard work, honesty, and courage have opened doors for you. We are proud of you." His father added, "Remember, son, this is only the beginning. Keep learning, stay responsible, and never forget the lessons you have learned. You have the power to shape your future." Tariq thought about the journey that had started with one simple act of kindness, helping Mr. Harrison with a flat tire. That moment had opened doors to opportunities, learning, and personal growth. He realized that small actions, honesty, and courage could change a life in ways he could never have imagined. Tariq understood that life would continue to present challenges, but he now had the confidence, skills, and determination to face them. He promised himself that he would continue learning, working hard, and making responsible choices. He wanted to use every opportunity to grow, help others, and create a positive impact. As Tariq lay in bed that night, he reflected on the incredible summer. He thought about Mr. Harrison, the summer program, the friends he had made, and the lessons he had learned. He felt grateful, proud, and hopeful. He knew that his life had truly changed, and he was ready for the future. Tariq closed his notebook, smiled, and whispered to himself, "It all started with helping someone. One small act can change everything." He fell asleep feeling happy, confident, and ready to embrace every opportunity that life had to offer. From that day forward, Tariq continued to work hard, learn new things, and help others whenever he could. He knew that kindness, honesty, and determination were the keys to success. And he carried that lesson with him for the rest of his life. Tariq's journey had begun with a flat tire, but it had led to a future full of hope, growth, and endless possibilities.